do this the first session.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, sounds good. So welcome to the Rump Session of FSE 2024. So I'm your host with this nice dinosaur over here. It seems to be starting nicely. So we have some general presentation slides. So do you want to explain?
Yes, I can explain. Okay, I can explain. We invited for Rump Talks. You could take some. So the rules were that people could get 1 to 4 minutes for boring talks, 1 to 5 minutes for funny talks. You could get an extra minute if the MD5 or SHA1 of your PDF ended with F5E 2024. If you, as a presenter, you will exceed your time, you may be interrupted by us in one way or another. There may be a dinosaur coming to you, or there may be glitches, or we have noise, so we can choose. The program is online, so you can all find the program online. I wanted to say something more. Yes, so the... You're pointing? No, yes. So you hear me, right? Okay, yes, I didn't hear you. So there will be presenters. I mean, I don't hear a lot here, right? So it's like, there will be presenters and there will also be a quiz and there will be pre-announced who will present, but be in time. So we have timely schedule. We will have a Best Rump Talk Award, which means Funniest Rump Talk Award. And this is partly a popular vote and partly we decide. Well, mostly we decide. And there's also a double F5E 2024 pre-image award for people that found a pre-image for F5E 2024, both MD5 and SHA1. I'm still talking about the, yes, so there are still, so we did some statistics. We got a lot of submissions. We got 30 submissions, more than double the one of last year. So we have a huge amount of submissions. Reviewing was a very hard process. We didn't manage to accept all of them. So one of them we had to reject. This was the test submission.
So
we also saw a bit
31 submission. 30 accepted out of 31.
Yes, that's true. Yes, there were a bit of plagiarism. So we're going to check with the ethics board. So what else do we have to say? Nothing, right?
Yeah, there will be a quiz.
Yes, there will be a quiz. So every question, every presentation is preceded with a question. You can all participate. So there is a questionnaire survey on the website that says survey with a box. You can also take the QR code here and you will end up there as well. There will be 30 questions. The last one will be a popular vote for the best talk. And then you have to enter your name, obviously. And you submit it. And there will also be a prize for the person that fills out this quiz the best.
So we have nice prizes here.
Yes. You want to talk about the prizes?
I guess we will see at the end.
Yes, we will see at the end.
Yes. But so yeah, please connect to the website to vote for the quiz. So either you go to the FSE website on the Rump Session page. There's a button at the top that says, what does it say? Survey. Yes, at the very top of the page. Or you get this QR code, or you copy the URL that's written there, but maybe not very convenient.
No, that's not convenient. So.
Or you click on the screen. Okay, thank you. So to help you with the quiz, we have some basic information. So please read carefully. That's information about Belgium. I want to point out that neither of us is Belgian. I'm French and he's from the Netherlands. But this doesn't, but this doesn't really matter because Belgium does not exist. Belgium is basically a ChatGPT hallucination of what a European country should look like, right? And ChatGPT is not very inventive. I mean, what is Belgium known for? Comics and chocolate. I mean, come on, you can do better. What is the coat of arms of Belgium? Yeah, just this really generic thing with 2 lions. Come on, a lion? Every country has a lion. You could put a unicorn at least or something. What is the motto of Belgium? Unity makes strength. Seriously, Yeah, 3 lions. Yeah, unity makes strength. That's super generic. What language do they speak in Belgium? They just pick random languages from countries nearby. So French, Dutch, German, and that's it. I mean, so and then when you go deeper, it gets really weird. So ChatGPT has really weird ideas. So apparently in Belgium there are 3 communities, 3 regions, and in total 7 governments. For a tiny country, that doesn't make any sense. Apparently, they went more than 500 days without a government. And then they want us to believe that Brussels is also the capital of Europe. And what is Europe? Well, just try to understand this potato diagram. Makes 0 sense. So yeah, so Belgium obviously doesn't exist. Anyway, Leuven is a really nice city, so we're really happy to be here. And maybe you don't know this, but in the 60s, 70s, they decided to make a cheap copy of Leuven. They called it Louvain-la-Neuve. It's not very nice if you've ever been there. So, and to make the copy more credible, they also built a university there. And so both cities have a Catholic University of Leuven, and they both claim to be the real Catholic University of Leuven. But they're actually 2 different universities, so complete nonsense. So I hope you will find this information useful for the quiz. And so this is the first question from the quiz. So I hope everybody managed to find the link. So you can select the correct answer, and then we will move to the next talk. And there will be an intertitle slide like this between each talk. So there's also the title of the next person. So if you see your talk at the bottom, please run here very quick. And for the other people, please try to find the answer. And if the next speaker comes very quick, you will not have a lot of time. So be quick. And with this, Christina will start with the program chair report.
Okay, so hello to everyone. So it's time for the traditional program chair report. So I'll present it in behalf of Kazuhiko and myself. So we'll show some funny rejection statistics, but the talk will not be funny because I'm not a funny person. So as you all know now, so FSE follows since 2016 a hybrid, so journal conference model. Papers are published at TOSC, and they are presented at the FSE conference. So we have, as you know, 4 issues per year. So we have a deadline 4 times a year, in March, in September, and in June, and in November. And then we have a very tight schedule for reviewing. So papers are reviewed within, we have 1 month, then we have a short rebuttal phase, and then we have discussions. And then you get, if you submit, you get a decision exactly 2 months after the time you submitted. And the decisions are journal style, so we can papers that get directly accepted, but finally there are only few of them. So if we, as we want the papers to be as better, the most perfect as possible, so we often give minor revisions. So that means that the papers are good, but there is some like editorial stuff to be improved. So we assign a shepherd, and there is a revision that is done and checked by the shepherd inside the cycle. For papers that we think that are good, but there's still work to be done, or technical or editorial, we give basically a major revision. These papers must resubmit the next cycle or 1 cycle after this. Then we have the reject and resubmit decision, that is basically a reject decision, but it's given to papers we see that have a potential if we don't really know how this potential, how the paper will look like after revision. And finally, of course, we have the classical reject decision. So we also accept SOC papers and then corrigenda papers, but basically we get a really small number of those. Reject and resubmit is that you are encouraged to resubmit. We give some general guidelines for this. A reject is reject, yes. Okay, so for this year, this year's program, we have 48 papers that are presented at this conference. That is exactly the same number of papers as last year, and it was not on purpose. So we have two very nice invited speakers. So Maria, you saw her talk today, and Gaëtan, his talk will be on Thursday. Please don't miss it. And of course, we have Rump Session chairs, and hopefully have the photo of the dinosaur here. Otherwise, you would not have recognized him. And the reason of having Gaëtan for the Rump Session is that we only needed 3 photos out of 4. Oops. Okay, so let's see now some statistics. So you can see, this year's FSE, it's like this 4 last bars, and we have all issues since 2019. So you can see the number of papers has gone up the last years. And what is a bit different, it's that traditionally, we had the high peak of submissions in the November deadline. That was a traditional deadline for FSE, for those who remember. But now we had this year, we have a very big peak at just after the September deadline. So this could mean that we all need like some summer holidays, or that the Asia Crypt chairs would take a very good job in rejecting all good symmetric papers. So more into detail, so we received 175 regular submissions, and we accepted around 27% out of them. And this, we can see that these statistics are like stable in the last year. So it was 26% last year and 27% the year before. So let's now see what happens with major revision papers. So papers that get a major revision decision, they basically come back, almost all of them, and most of them get accepted. But it can happen that not all of them do, because it's real revision. And so this can happen if after the revision, we see that either the conditions were not met, or the revision revealed like new problems that were not seen before. So we cannot accept the paper. Concerning the reject or resubmit papers, so then only around 1 out of 2 of them come back to task, but they rarely get accepted. So the statistics are quite bad for this category. So we had 16 reject and resubmitted paper that we had this decision and resubmitted once more, and only 2 were accepted, and 2 more received a major revision decision. And we only had this year 1 stock paper that was submitted and 1 that was accepted, 100%. Oops, sorry. Yeah. So now let's see some statistics per country to see where do papers that are submitted to task come from. So we have submissions from 29 countries, but actually around 40% of them come from China, as you can see. And the country that wins in terms of percentages accepted, submitted and accepted, is Israel. 3 submitted, 2 accepted. And so you can see that the Netherlands are doing very well also. They have submitted 17 and 11 got accepted. So we had a novelty for this year FSE. It was for the first time. This is taken from the call for papers. So that presentation of accepted papers should be done only in person. So this is not really new. This is what was done before the pandemics also. But what is new is that presentation is not mandatory anymore. So if you don't want your paper to be presented, this is perfectly fine. We will not kick it out from task. So I will see now some very nice pie chart. I'm just scared about this dinosaur. About how many papers are actually physically presented this year, and so it looks like this. So we're very happy, and we were kind of surprised to see that finally all papers that were accepted are presented physically, and this means it's a very good sign for our conference. That means that people are really happy to be there and present the results in front of the community. Of course, this nice program that you see here would not have been possible without the big program committee that we have, and many of you are here today. So it was, of course, a hard work, because I have a very tight review schedule 4 times a year, and then we have a very active discussion. So thanks to all of you. And of course, we have to thank the managing editors of TOS, so Gregor and Christoph for their great work. So Linda Gross for technical support from the librarian from Bochum. So Kevin for helping us to set the hot CRP system for submissions. Of course, Svetla and Simon for the excellent conference that we are enjoying here today. Also Kevin and Kay for the virtual support with the Zoom system. And of course, the FSE steering committee, which members you can see here. So that's all. Thank you very much.
So you're lucky or is late, so you have more time for the question. But for the next talks, please try to be on time. What? Ah, oh. So Christina is back on stage.
No, right? Ah.
Okay, so we're very happy to, so you already saw the Best Paper Awards on Monday, and now we're very happy to invite the authors to receive their award. It's this one. Okay, so the first Best Paper Award we have goes to Gregor Leander, Sharam Rasulzadeh, and Lucas Tenes. For paper cryptanalysis of half-loop block ciphers destroying half-loop 24.
Yeah, congratulations.
I have to do a speech. 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. No, I don't want to. Oh, we had a good. Picture. Please go and check. I don't see my where I am. Right here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And another best paper award, this FSE 2004 is okay. Yes. I'll try. Maybe I'll fail. Yeah. Propagation and also starting with title. Propagation of subspace in primitives with monomial S boxes. Applications to rescue and the variants of the AES. Also already birth, uncontrolled, and well pairing. Yeah, please come. Yeah, congratulations. So you want some? Yeah.
Twice as long as the previous one.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Congratulations. Yes.
Yes.
So the next award is the Test of Time Award. So it's an award that's given to a paper published at FSE 15 years ago, and that has had a lasting impact on the field of symmetric cryptography. So it turns out that 15 years ago, FSE was already in Leuven. So this is an award in Leuven for a paper published in Leuven. And so there was a committee of 5 people, and we decided to give the award to the paper, The Rebound Attack, Cryptanalysis of Reduced Whirlpool and Gröstel, by Florian Mendel, Christian Rechberger, Martin Schlaffer, and Søren S. Thompson. And Florian and Christian are here, so you can come get your plaque.
Sure. Thanks a lot. Yeah, back then, FSE was for us, I think, a very welcoming and energizing community. And just today, I learned from a first-year PhD student after her first FSE, after the first day, that she found already many friends and got very energized. So thanks a lot, FSE. Thanks.
So you know that the conference doesn't work unless there are people operating it, and you already saw some of them. So I would like to invite Christina. The International Association for Cryptologic Research gratefully acknowledges Christina Bura for her contribution to the worldwide cryptologic community through her role as editor-in-chief of the ICR Transactional Symmetric Cryptology in 2024. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Why are you going there? And as you probably know, the TOSC is using a rolling chair model that we have one editor-in-chief each year, which is new, and one which is stepping down. So Christina was the one who was already in 2023. And together with her, I would like to invite Kazuhiko Minematsu, sorry, the International, please. The International Association for Cryptologic Research gratefully acknowledges Kazuhiko Minematsu for his contribution to the worldwide cryptologic community through his role as editor-in-chief of the ICR Transactions on Symmetric Cryptology in 2024. Thank you very much. The important person. And besides the academic contents, which we all enjoy, there's also 2 very important people making sure that we have enough food and drinks. I'm not talking about these 2. It is a great pleasure to invite Svetla, who is our general chair. No, we do it separately. You have to have pictures with the dinosaur. This is the new tradition, by the way. The International Association for, I can do it longer. For Cryptologic Research gratefully acknowledges Svetla Petrokova-Nikova for her contribution to the worldwide cryptologic community through a role as General Chair of FSE 2024. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Probably also one photo without.
Of course. There you are. And Last but not least, the International Association for Cryptologic Research gratefully acknowledges Simon Dughe for his contribution to the worldwide cryptologic community through his role as General Chair of FSE 2024. Congratulations and thank you very much. Other fields gets if basketball players, football players, something like that. We got a dinosaur. So just before I'm getting off stage, this is a call for proposals. If you ever wanted to give back to the community, or if you want to show everyone how great is your country or your city or your university, institute, everything, or if you're envy for the cool plaques and the picture with the dinosaur.
I'm not there every year.
Dinosaur not included.
Dinosaur not included. Okay, I get it. Or you would like to find out what are the GCPC, TOT, BPA things stands for. Or if you just have too much time and sleep and you want to reduce those effectively, the FSE Steering Committee would like to invite you to think of hosting FSE 2026. It doesn't work unless there are people from the community who volunteer to organize this event. And if you want any more information, you can either contact the ICR directly or any of the FSE Steering Committee members. If for just a second you can stand up besides the dinosaur, which was also FSE Steering Committee, stand up for a second so people know how to contact you in case of a problem. Okay? Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we are already pretty behind on the schedule, so please try not to waste too much time.
Okay, so about the FSE next year. So FSE next year is going to be in Roma. So program chair are Kazuhiko Minematsu and Christoph Dubrovnik. General chair Marco Pedicini from the University Roma Tre is there. So if you want to have a look. And okay, myself. So the date tentative is going to be between the 17 and 25 of March. It's going to be the week before Real World Crypto. So there is no collision. You can attend both conferences. And the website is a user one. We have to work on it. We have to figure out data and just, it requires a bit of work. So what about Roma? Okay, I guess everyone knows Roma is full of monuments. We count 13 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. For example, the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, which is the second one, the Pantheon, the Navona Square, and many, many others. And besides, there is also the Vatican City, which is a country itself. It's not part of the Italian country, and it's a resident of the Pope. So in there, you can see the St. Peter Basilica. The view from the top is amazing. I really suggest to go there. There is the Vatican Museum. And I also suggest to go there because the last room is going to be Sistina Chapel. So I really encourage to go there. And I guess that's already enough. But okay, let's give a bit more information. There are many tourists, of course, so you can find easy many accommodation, cheap accommodation, expensive accommodation, whatever you like. Modern infrastructure, so there is a bus, metro. You can easily go around Roma, even if the best way to do that is just walking. And obviously, it's Italy, so amazing food. That's another very important reason to come. So speaking about the venue, so the venue is going to be Roma Tre University. So we are going to be in the architecture department. I hope you can see from the Google map. So like the Colosseum is going to be here. The monuments, the main monuments of Roma are on this side of the river. And like the Vatican City is more or less here. So it can host approximately 200, 250 people. So that's perfect for us. It's quite close to the city center. You can go even on foot or via metro. So just to have an idea, so this is the train station. You can go directly to the airport from there. This is a metro station, so you can go to the center via the metro station. There are a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants in this zone. So it's very nice also for lunches or dinner. And the conference dinner should be here. We have to fix it, but ideally would be more or less here. So it's quite close to the conference venue. So it's going to be Villa Piccolomini, which is very nice because it's on the top of the hill. And from there, you can have a beautiful view on the Vatican City. So apart from the amazing food, also the view is going to be amazing. If it's going to be sunny, we can have dinner outside. If it's going to be raining, we have to have dinner inside. But the weather at the moment is very nice, so let's hope for the same for next year. So I really hope to see all of you in Roma. Just a final remark. So next year there is going to be the Jubileo. So this is a Catholic event that takes place every 25 years. So the last one was in 2000. Next one is next year. Next one is 2050. So there are a lot of tourists in Roma. Next year there is going to be a huge number of tourists. So it's very important that you book your hotel in advance. Thank you.
Space for speaker. Yes.
Okay, so did you all have the time to fill the question? Good. All right, so as PhD student, we thought that life was too easy and that we didn't have anything to do. So we look at the map and we thought, oh, okay, Leuven is not too far from the Netherlands, so let's go by bike. So on Sunday morning, we woke up at 5 with the wonderful typical Dutch weather, so hail and wind. And then we went all the way through the Netherlands and Belgium, and we saw like a wonderful typical Dutch creature like walibi's and llama, and also some weird animal. And after arriving, we thought, oh, okay, next year is in Rome, so why not? So if any of you want to join, then, I mean, if there is some German people, then we can make a small detour, you know, like 500K, it's not too much. And then let's see everyone in Rome next year.
So we're walking a bit behind. So next speakers, be already prepared. So you know if you check the schedule when your turn is. Hi.
Okay. So I just send a picture to one of the the third question. And you want to ask who make the third question? The third quiz. Who is the most one that published the most paper in FSE? And she is interesting to who make these questions. Yeah, so let's begin my talk. So actually, I think many of you have the same experience as me. It takes a long time to attend the full FSE. So for me, it takes me a year to attend the full FSE. Let's see how the story goes. So I began my PhD at 2016, and as a PhD student in Shanghai Jiao Tong University. And for the first 3 years, I don't have any paper, so I do not attend FSE. But from the 2019, I have one paper that got accepted by Talks 2019, and also a second paper 2020, and one of them is the best paper. But unfortunately, it is a virtual FSE, so I cannot attend in person. And for the 2021, I don't have paper, and there's no FSE neither. But during my postdoc, I do my postdoc in the UC Leuven. And maybe I'm still wondering what's the difference between UC Leuven and also the KU Leuven. The translation in Chinese or English, actually, they are the same. So it's hard to explain the difference. In the 2022, I don't have paper. And actually, the FSE 2022 is a hybrid mode, so I can still attend online. And for the 2023, we have physical event, but unfortunately, it was divided in two parts. So, but finally, this year, I luckily have one paper, and I can attend FSC in person. Okay, thank you. I just share one idea when I take flight from Beijing to here. Okay, thank you.
So if there are complaints about the question, yeah, this one is a nice question. So if there are complaints about the question, you should refer them to both of us as chairs. We made all the questions. And we apologize in advance if someone is offended, but we think it's funny.
You can use this.
Oh, thank you. Sorry for serious talk. I'm gonna share a simple idea to optimize quantum search-based cryptanalysis when it has a specific form. Quantum search algorithms such as global search or quantum amplitude amplification are well known for providing a quadratic speedup compared to classical environments. And one cryptanalysis structure that using these quantum search algorithm is as follows. Suppose that we are finding an n-bit value and several steps are required to check if X is the value we are looking for. To transform this procedure into a quantum environment, we first represent all the steps with a function f, and then find quantum counterparts for each step to construct quantum gate UF. And finally, we perform quantum search using the UF gate. Now let's consider a slightly more complex structure, which is our target for optimization. This time we are looking for two or more variables X and Y. And suppose that we can pre-filter some incorrect values of X before searching for Y. With the help of the continued operation, we can reduce the time classical complexity. However, there is no quantum counterpart for this continued operation. The quantum complexity remains the same and ultimately deviating from the quadratic speedup. One representative example for this structure is solving S-box differential equations during the search process. And as mentioned before, there's no way to avoid unnecessary computation. Although even if there is no solution. To recover the quadratic speedup, we can modify the structure as follows, searching for the right value for X only within the pre-filter search space. This change only affects the quadratic complexity, so we can recover the quadratic speedup. And the only remaining task is to constructing quantum superposition state over pre-filters search space with negligible cost. And depending on the situation, this might be achievable through the method called quantum state preparation. And this method has received a lot of attention in the various fields since due to its high applicability, such as in solving sampling problems. So we believe that adopting these methods, we can achieve time complexity reduction in various scenarios, since our target structure is quite general. Thanks for your attention.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to briefly advertise the next IWSEC conference. And first, let me announce the important dates. Submission dates is April 16th. So we still have about 3 weeks left before the deadline. And notification is made by June 20th. And the conference schedule is for 3 days from September 17th. And next, I'd like to introduce the conference venue. The conference will be held at Kyoto International Conference Center in Japan. So it is located about 25 minutes by train and walk from Kyoto Station. And it has a traditional Japanese garden surrounded by a beautiful nature. And finally, I'd like to share the other important notices. One of the program committee, program co-chairs is Dr. Kazuhiko Minematsu. He warmly welcomes the paper submissions in the field of symmetric key cryptography. So we hope everyone here will consider paper submission your papers. And additionally, we are now planning some events, including 3 keynote talks, an excursion, and more. We cannot announce these details yet, but we are sure these events will be interesting events. So we look forward to seeing again in Japan. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm here on behalf of Mridul and Soumitra to announce ASK 2024, the 11th edition of the Asian Workshop on Symmetric Key Cryptography, which will be held between December 14th to 17th, tentatively. And it follows directly after the Asia Crypt workshop, Asia Crypt conference. So if you are planning to attend Asia Crypt, then please consider the ASK workshop as well. And yeah, contact Mridul and Soumitra for any more information. And apparently the website is also up now, so you can contact the chairs to get more information. Thank you.
Thanks to all the speakers. So this is the end of the first session. We have a 10-minute break. Unfortunately, we are already 15 minutes behind schedule, so please be on time. And we restart at 4:25. So we are 15 minutes behind the official schedule. And yeah, don't forget to answer the quiz. There are really nice prizes to win. Up to you. You need help? No.
I'm cheating. Who are you? Where are you? No. Let's go. You were asking who made this. Okay. Not necessarily. No. Yes.
But always to look between I and J. Why do they be there? Just the other person. Yeah, that's
You also have hat, or has knees. Den Hut auf? Ich meine ja, oder?
I think the little one is on sheet 8 and yeah, but this is the little girl with the same one. The G8. Yeah. In the middle, you have the umbrella. The right part, yes, that's right. But the right part of the umbrella, yes, you can make that right up and down. Then I think, and then I think about this.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, you may be right. I mean, I'm sorry,
Can I what?
Can you put back the dinosaur costume for the session?
Yes, I will do it for 3, but I haven't put it now. So it's and this one, it's not there. So, but this is a bit annoying, right?
Bart, how can you breathe when the soup is on?
I don't breathe. No, I mean it's kind of there's a pump inside, so it blows fresh air inside.
But if it goes too much air, it will explode. If it goes too much air, it will explode.
No, but there's some there are kind of leakages. So it's kind of it's not airproof. I'm gonna get people, right?
Yeah, of course, you're planning to do it, but if you do it, that's great.
Oh.
Une question linguistique, est-ce que vous avez un autre micro pour moi?
Ah, spécialement pour toi.
Ouais, que si je trace dessus, que ce soit tout le monde qui trace.
Bah, il y a 3 micros, après, j'ai un peu randonné.
Ok. C'est vrai, il y en a. C'est un peu mon pupitre.
Ouais.
Ok. Ça me va.
Ou alors, ouais, je sais pas comment remarquer un après pour être sûr que personne ne le touche.
Ouais.
Tu gardes ton masque?
À mon avis, pour parler, ça va être chiant.
Bah, avec un micro, ça doit. Je sais pas.
Côté clé au micro là. Does this work? Do you guys hear me? Okay. So, okay.
Comme tu veux.
Moi, il n'y a pas besoin de ça vraiment, mais pas bon, ça remercie.
Ça va?
I'm having a break now, and the third one I will do with a suit again, which apparently was a request. I had another mic. There was another one.
Yeah, there's one here and there's one and there.
No, I have.
Test.
This is not even muted.
Test.
Yeah, it's fun.
Great.
So it's time to start the second session of the Rump session. Yeah. We can pass the slides with this, and then you take the mic. Yeah, maybe just a general announcement for the speakers. So there's a microphone and there's a clicky thing to pass the slide. So when you come to stage, I give you both and then you can make your talk.
And please be ready in advance because we're already behind. So please be ready in advance.
Yeah,
I think you can go on.
Check the schedule online and check when your talk is.
Okay, welcome to the second session. So this talk I will show a practical cladding match pair for 31-step SHA-256. And I'm Fukang Liu. So SHA-256 is being everyone knows this, and it's a well-known hash function standardized by NIST, and it's widely deployed in real-world applications. And maybe a very famous application is Bitcoin. I mean, even you are not working on symmetric key, even not working on cryptography, you may know Bitcoin. But unluckily, a cleaning attack has nothing to do with Bitcoin mining. So yeah. And this is the step function of the SHA-256. So we can see that the chaining variable is composed of 8 words of size 32 bits. So yeah. Yeah, this is the step function. And we can check the progress on the cleaning attacks on SHA-256. So you can find that the first practical cleaning attack was, published at FSE 2006 years, more than 25, 17 years ago. And yeah, after efforts, so you can see that in 2013, the best attack reached the 31 steps, but the time complexity is very high, though the memory complexity is low. Then, after more than 10 years, we improved this attack by finding a new, optimized differential chair. But yeah, you can see we are close to a practical cleaning attack, and the bottleneck is the memory complexity. Of course, if you have enough money, you can run this attack. But unluckily, I'm poor, so I cannot. So we need to devise some smarter attacks. So how do we achieve this? So we can check this attack is indeed proposed by Mendo et al. At Eurocrypt 2013. And the main idea is to use a meet in the middle technique. So it first pre-computes all possible values of these 3 internal states, and then use the first, and then randomly try the first message block and try to find a search. So yeah, so we need a big, and we need some table, a big table. But now we change this procedure instead to to find a match in these 3 words with meet in the middle. We check their, we first randomly try M0 and compute these 3 words, and then we check their validity somehow on the fly, not completely on the fly. So we can obtain a cladding match pair in less than 2 days and with 500 threads. So yeah, we indeed rent a cluster from Tsinghua University, and it takes about less than 5,000 RMB, so it's very cheap. Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Maybe all of them are. Okay, I'll be short. So this is a super boring talk, but it's a little bit about the money. So for some of those, it's not really boring. So I'm Dmitry Kovratosh from Ethereum Foundation. So in the past years, there's been really high demand from the area which is completely out of symmetric cryptography. This guy's doing so-called incrementally verifiable computation, and this is full of public key stuff you don't want to know about. But the problem is the guys really need hash functions, and these hash functions must be super efficient in their so-called circuits. In their circuits, they must have good arithmetization because they work over prime fields, not over binary. but they work over prime fields, and they're used in a number of places. So Merkle tree opening proofs in Fair-Shamir protocols, the transcripts that you proof in zero knowledge, in recursive snarks, in other super fancy stuff. So the thing is, some of us have kind of answered to this problem and designed this huge number of hash functions with very fancy names. And the problem is we don't really know if they are secure or not. So some of them are not broken. Maybe actually most of them are not broken, but this, well, clearly doesn't say anything. So the question is, we really need more confidence in hash functions, says Ethereum Foundation. And the thing is, we decided to run so-called algebraic hashes initiative. It consists of several steps, but so far I want to present just the two of this. So first of all, we would like to run a bounty program on weakened versions of these functions or similar functions. So if you are a designer, or if you know a designer, or if you want to have one particular hash function broken, or if you want to basically craft a version which looks like very similar to original hash function, but you still want to see it broken, please craft a very weakened and reduced version and send it to me, to us, basically. And we'll compose a list of bounties. Well, basically, some feedback I need from you is how to make it really fair. How to make it fair so that either everything is broken or everything is secure. So that's one possible option. Another option is just we break not so much secure versions of the schemes, so that all of them remain secure. So we welcome any advice on how to do that. And the second step is some kind of research wish list. So for those of you who have their papers rejected from a number of conferences because of so-called incremental contribution, this is really for you, because we kind of welcome all papers that are dealing with security of algebraic hash functions. And if your paper is rejected from everywhere, don't be sad, don't kind of make a suicide, turn to us. We sometimes we'll compose a list of such papers, and maybe some of them will even be rewarded, like the best rejected paper, you know. So some suggestions on this stuff is needed. Yeah, what else we can do? We also welcome for advice, like special, we can kind of sneak into this call for papers and ask for more results on algebraic hash functions, but whatever, feel free to work on us on how to do this better. Thanks for your attention.
Good, does this work? Brilliant. I hope you guys figured this one out already. All right, so are you guys asleep already? I see way too many refreshed faces here, so we're going to change something about that right now. Oh, so I'm going to give you a noob's take on creating a presentation that will put your audience to sleep. The idea here is that there's a 1, 3, 5 step process that I'm going to walk you through in a blazing 4 minutes. So here goes. First of all, let's have a look at this beautiful slide. I've seen way too many slides at conferences like this one, where there's just everything is clear from the get-go. Everybody knows where to focus. This is not what we want. We want people to fall asleep. So what we do instead is that we focus on step number 1. We keep in mind our audience can have only one point of attention. So what do we do to distract them, to put them asleep? We give them a crap ton of functions that nobody knows where we are. We have no idea where they're focusing on. And so the first thing people will do, fall asleep. Oh, and even if you want to make it even better, you put in some graphs and some like stuff at the bottom that really everybody, of course, needs to know. Yeah, this is not going to happen. So that's the first step. Now, this nicely segues me into the second one. This is such a nice slide. Such brilliancy. People are interested. They know what's going on. And if I were to ask you 2 days from now what my favorite animal is, you would know. This is not what we want. We want people to fall asleep. So instead, what we do, so we look at the second part, which is step 3. Keep in mind that people can only really have 3 concepts in their head at any given moment. So, and if we go beyond that, people will zone out, fall asleep, exactly what we want. So instead of giving them some cute animal picture that's really easy to process, we give them some crap ton of text with details that don't matter and emphasis on things that are not relevant. And of course, because the thing is that once there's the next slide, nobody has a clue what you talked about or what you presented on the previous slide, or really where in the talk you even are. Now, keep in mind, this is a blank slide. Blank slides are actually really bad because they give people the time to rest, to think about what you've done up to this point, to process everything that you've talked about, which is bad because that means that the complexity curve suddenly takes a dip. It's really easy then for people to follow along with what you're talking about. But what we want them to do is for the complexity to go beyond the red bound. Because if it's beyond the red bound, everybody loses interest. Nobody can grasp what you're talking about. So really what you do instead is you take that last point into consideration, point 5, which is that people really only have roughly 5 minutes of attention span, which is like average complexity attention span. So your task really is to, if you want to put people to sleep, is you have to put the complexity further off as fast as possible. That way nobody has a clue what you're talking about. We'll sit back, enjoy your presentation while napping, of course. All right, so that's the 1-3-5 rule, and I really hope that you can, like, please put this into practice in your presentations in the coming weeks. I want to fall asleep so bad, I need to sleep. So good luck. And you know, in the off chance that this is not the type of way you want to like do your job, you might want to contact us at 3MI. We might be able to help you out in creating a better presentation. Thank you, guys.
So the next question is about Belgian food. So you can see A, B, C, D. That's Américain préparé, French fries, Brussels sprouts, and La Trappe. And one of them is not Belgian. You can start your talk.
So the time for the people, the time for the audience depends on the time you give them, actually.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about TCS equivalence class of bogey-based cipher. Bogey-based cipher, known as a gift variant, are designed based on bogey logic, where bad output must go to good input. And in 2022, Kimeto have already discovered the most resistant bogey 64 against statistical attack. In our work, our work contributes in 2 ways. First, we have demonstrated the existence of the larger TCSC equivalence class for bogey-based cipher than previous work. And our ongoing work aims to search for the search of the most resistant bogey 128 against statistical attacks. I will introduce about the state-of-the-art TCS equivalence classes of bogey-based cipher. The number of orbit optimal bogey applicable as boxes is 2654208, and it can, considering DDT and absolute at 8, this can be reduced to 10368, and the number of Latin square is 576, and this can be reduced to 24 through above equivalent relation. And the number of considered combinations can also reduced to 1728. So the final number of combinations that must to consider is 41472. And we classified, to enlarge TCS equivalent class size, we classified 6 properties. And property 1 is each LS can be represented by 24 such that above relation, and property 2 also, each LS can be represented by only one LS and P. And property 3, each LS inverse can be represented by only one LS and P below relation. And property 4 means shuffle layer and worldwide permutation. equals to truncated permutation and shuffle layer. And property 5 means LS and truncated permutations are commutative. And property 6, for each LS, there exists a worldwide permutations. It returns to original permutation. Through these 6 properties and our main approach outlined in the table, we can reduce the factor by 48 for bogey 64 and factor over 8 for bogey 128. And so we are currently searching the most resistant bogey 124 against statistical text and can be found in 70 or 80 days. Oh, thank you.
That was right on time.
Okay, can I start? Hello. Oh, by the way, my name doesn't appear in the website, but I'm not hiding my name. So I'm Yu Sasaki, so I'd like to say some words as CIC area chair for the symmetry field. So CIC.
Maybe you're too far away.
Right. Yeah. Okay. First page. Can you?
You're a bit too far.
Okay.
Come closer to
Okay.
here.
Yeah. Okay. So CIC is a new journal started from January 2024. And its general positioning is like not competing existing conferences, but it's complementary to them. So for example, so CIC, to accommodate the growing community, it can provide another publication venue. CIC can provide equal opportunities for researchers having some travel issues. Or it can spotlight on research results that do not belong to any of the four area conferences. So CIC has some benefits for sure, but some issues were also pointed out mainly by the FSE community. For example, a new journal would make the publication landscape too complex, or might lead to more reviews overall. And I fully agree with those 2 points. And IUCR, finally, there is a vote in 2022. And I confess that I voted to no, but the majority voted to yes. And the result is a bit unfortunate for me, but for me, if IUCL like once made a decision to have it, then I'd like to find a way to like live together. Okay, and the relationships between task and CIC was formally answered by the CIC website. And it says like task and the teachers are considered the prime venues for publishing major results in their respective areas. So this gives me the idea that the level of CIC is a bit lower than the task. So I personally sent an email to the editors-in-chief. So does the target level of papers in CIC include those rejected by task? So I think the question is clear. And the answer is also clear, yes. So now, so I see the view that for FSE field, so JOC is like first place, task is the second place, and the CIC maybe the third place. But the complicated issue is that this is not the true for other field, particularly for PKC and the TCC. But the order is somehow clear for FSE community. And this is just quick look on the volume 1, issue 1, which has finished already. And CIC received 100 submissions, and 70 of them are in the symmetry 8 years. And 4 papers accepted, and 6 are like a conditional accept, and 4 rejected, and the decision postponed for 3 papers, long papers. So I think the percentage is good, so we welcome submissions. And this is just final remark. So CIC just started, and so far it's going well. But personally, I can see some issues that may appear in future. For example,
high degree workload and some like unbalanced, fairness issues among different fields because position of CSE is different for different fields. And lastly, I would like to cite one sentence from IACR board meeting record. It says like 80% of the members voted for the new journal. However, this means that we means IACR board have work to do to talk and understand the concerns of the other 20%. I fully agree with the sentence, and as an editor, my desire is to help the communication between two communities. And I think there is a way that both communities can be happy. And so if you have like any concern, please don't hesitate to reach like IACR board or to reach me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So when I Googled the FSE location this year, I saw this picture. So I should say this is joint work with Svetla. I mean, not. So we thought that it might be good to have also some tropical issues on Boolean functions which would fit to this scheme of the FSE. And then because I had no idea what tropical issues on Boolean functions should be, I asked ChatGPT to draw me some pictures. And that's what I got. The first try was this one, but then you see some very strange numbers like 21 or 0 minus. So I said, maybe ask again ChatGPT because this is not what I understand as a Boolean function. So I asked it to draw a ANF of a Boolean function on a beach. And this is what I got. And it says, here's a picture of the end of a Boolean function. But I had no idea. I didn't ask for the end of a Boolean function. I also don't know what the end of a Boolean function is. So I asked it again to draw something of the algebraic normal form. And then I got this one. At least it's somewhat algebraic. So I think that worked. But the rest, I was still not convinced. So I asked it to draw a logo for this tropical issue on Boolean functions. And then I got this one. Which maybe is too much kitsch, but still. Okay. But then at some point, and I guess at least everybody who is here found out that actually FSE is not in Brazil, but here. And then it's also not the tropical issue that I'm actually wanted to talk about, but the topical issue on Boolean functions. So this is the serious slide. The Journal of Crypto will start a topical issue of results in Boolean function. So any topics on design and analysis of Boolean function and application in cryptography are solicited and submissions are open starting from next week. And if you have questions, contact Svetla or me. Thank you very much.
Disclaimer, this presentation does not contain AI-generated images. So technology, guys, is passing, and it's important to mention that in past we have discussed a lot how we could possibly discuss papers, new results online. Well, we're not at one venue where we're not at conference. Basically, what could be the best possible way to exchange new ideas and so on. I don't mean where to discuss and kind of what to do, but I mean a different thing. I mean how we can possibly, is there any platform where we could discuss new things and so that we don't forget and it's really usable? Well, experience says that it's difficult to find. So the ePrint forum, late forum, so didn't contain many posts and many threads. The Ask Crypto initiative unfortunately doesn't contain many blog posts either, but nothing is completely lost. So at the same time, in Telegram, well, not in TikTok, not in Twitter, but in this enemy of state Telegram, what happens, like people from zero knowledge have thousands of members in their groups, and we are here exchanging emails. That's ridiculous. So yeah, well, they ask sophisticated questions, like, and get sophisticated answers with formulas and references, and people are there. So every time there is someone to answer, that's really possible. Dozens of hot chats and questions every day, really. But not the hippopotamus. So I mean, not in the symmetric crypto area yet, but there is hope. There is hope. Yes. So please join the symmetric crypto chat. Well, already there we have some discussions on Grosvenor basis and algebraic hash functions. I promise no hate speech. Students are welcome, and no spam. You don't have to reply immediately. You reply at your convenience. And there is a search there. You can search for kind of all the topics. That's super helpful feature of Telegram. Kind of scan QR code or ask me for a link. I'm Dmitry Kortovich, and yeah, please join. Thank you for your attention.
Hello. Okay, I will change the slide because I can't answer it. Okay. So we have seen about 135 rule. I will not try to follow that. It will not be serious because I am not serious. Okay. So here is good old free round trails. You say zero sum integral square doesn't matter, but the fact is, if you take AES and take this type of structure, plain text, I mean 256 plain text, you get a zero sum here. So you can use this property to extend it to 4 rounds and attack 6 rounds using this. This is a very popular result. So here is the basic idea. You have a distinguisher, you choose key and you attack it. So basically you have 2 to the power 32 ciphertext and 2 to the power 40 keys. So basic complexity is 2 to the power 72. Now, Ferguson et al. Proposed a very nice idea. So basically, why not break the work in multiple parts? So here comes partial sum technique. Instead of summing all of them for all k and all c, you just work part by part. You take these 2 parts and get the information in A1 and A2 and so on. So like this, you achieve a complexity of 2 to the power 50 around. So it is good. Another idea was proposed by Todo. So that is you can look this f function if you write it in matrix. It will be 2 to the power 32 cross 2 to the power 32 matrix, which have specific structure. Like it is a blockwise cyclic matrix, so you can replace this matrix vector multiplication using 3 FFTs, which also give you around same complexity. So we ask one question that partial sum technique has some specific advantages. That is, it can get information from multiple steps, while FFT-based technique is very fast because you can use fast Fourier transformation to compute it. So why not use both of them? So basically, we try to add both of them. So in each partial sum step, we use an FFT. And bam, we get a very nice result. So basically, what? I put a picture of bowl of hummus here. So I probably uploaded a wrong slide. So you don't see this 5. It's not $5, it's a bowl of hummus. So I don't know if this result breaks a ground or not, but it breaks 6 round AES with a price of bowl of hummus. And if you don't know what hummus is, come to Israel or see Eurocube 2022 Rump Session talk on hummus script. So our attack is 65 times faster than previous results and 83 times cheaper. So here is the ePrint link for the paper. And for the full presentation, see you in Zurich at Eurocube 2024. and not finished yet. I want to have a very bold announcement. Usually people advertise their lab. I am advertising myself. I am looking for a postdoc. So yeah, thank you.
Und für die Leute, die kein Deutsch sprechen, which Patrick is not a German?
Hi, hello again. So this is a talk as an NIST employee. So NIST plans to develop an accordion cipher mode. So it's accordion cipher. So there should be some keys for accordion. Here it is. And so it's cipher. So the plain text should be encrypted to ciphertext. And NIST doesn't require the accordion mode to be format preserving. So the decrypted results can be like anything. That's accordion mode. I think the most basic accordion mode is piano mode. But some may devise drum mode, or some may devise weapon mode using accordion. Okay, so it's time to stop joking. So NIST is planning to develop a new mode of the AES that is a tweakable VIL SPRP, and with a reduction proof to the underlying block cipher. And the workshop, so we NIST gonna have a workshop in June 20 and 21. And the purpose of the workshop is to solicit public input on the design requirement and the use of an accordion mode. So for example, like through the workshop, NIST wants to determine the parameter lengths to be standardized. So what's the key size, like a tweak size, and supported data input size to be standardized. Or sometimes NIST receives the input that 128-bit block of AES is too short because the security is usually birthday bound, so 64 bits, which is small. So we'd like to solicit some input about potential support of an underlying block cipher with 256-bit block. Another issue is like a formal security definition. And by using accordion mode, you can develop some AEAD or storage encryption. So then the security requirement becomes more complicated. For example, like for AEAD, should we consider key commitment? Or if it's nonce-based, then should we consider nonce hiding? Or if it's storage encryption, should we consider message-dependent security? And we want to have some public input about the design requirement. And design strategy is a simple topic. And the performance targets and the implementation considerations are another important topic. And NIST doesn't want to organize another competition, but then how NIST can standardize the scheme. So the process itself is on the table. So in the workshop for the workshop form, attendees may submit extended abstract or slides for any number of the sessions. And the sessions are expected to include panel discussion or extensive open discussion. And there is also some slots for lightning talks, brief presentations of recent results. Okay, so there again, this is important dates. So workshop is June 20 and 21. And the submission deadline is May 1. And the venue is the same as previous mode workshop, which is Rockville in Maryland, US. And this building is like one of the NIST related buildings. And some links are available. So if you want to know more information, please check those links. Thank you.
Okay, so hello. So actually ask only 1 minute, but I need 2 minutes. But since you guys use my picture without my authorization for your question, I guess you can make an effort, right? For me. Who knows? Who knows? Does the guy in the middle exist? Who knows? All right. Okay, everyone. All right, so we are a group of cryptographers from the FSE community. And we would like to propose a new kind of initiative for doing a automated cryptanalysis platform, framework, whatever you call it, in kind of a collaborative way so that everybody can contribute. Basically, the idea, yeah, closer to there. Okay. So the idea basically is that maybe you saw the talk, a very interesting talk from Maria this morning, and I think now the automated cryptanalysis community is getting quite mature. We're getting a lot of tools, but we got a lot of separated things going on. Maybe it's time now we could have everything together, group in the same platform where everybody can contribute and grow this tool all together. So the goal, of course, is to have something that is free, open source, everybody can use. Easy to use, which means that whenever there's a young PhD student coming in, he can program his own cipher and tested it directly in this platform. Also easy to contribute. If someone would like to propose new kind of attack, it should be easy to be able to attach to it and other people to use it. Of course, we're going to start simple. We don't want to do something extremely difficult at the beginning. So maybe we're going to start with a differential linear at the beginning and grow it. But I think for the future, there's a lot of stuff we can do. Of course, a lot of attacks, whatever kind of impossible differential, boomerang, whatever you call it. We could potentially try to have this, key recovery included, a graphical interface so you can potentially interact with it, prioritization, direct implementation of the attack so you can test it. If you want to test on reduced rounds, it could potentially do it. If you want to have a pre-existing libraries of attacks, of ciphers, etc., etc. Also, imagine if you want to write a paper and then you have automatic drawing of your differential paths, that could be nice. Automatic writing of papers, of course, that would be nice as well. And well, the goal basically for us will be to make this platform kind of the go-to platform for creating, testing, and benchmarking cryptanalysis. And the goal is really to save a lot of time for a lot of people. Yeah, and okay, so we are just starting. We don't even have a name or anything, and there's a lot of work to be done. So if you are interested to use it, interested to provide feedback, to contribute, of course, that's really what we are looking for, or propose a name. You can contact me. Otherwise, you can also go on this, just register to this mailing list. And this is where we're going to propose basically all the news, and we're going to post all the new stuff. But don't hesitate to contact me in case you're interested by this effort. Thank you.
Okay, yes, good. So I'm here to announce yet another conference. This time it's Arctic Crypt, and it's going to be next year, right? So it's some time ago. So yeah, so I found out yesterday when I was submitting the slides that if you're announcing a conference, you can only submit one slide. Okay, so I had to make this collage. I mean, I had something else. So can we point? Okay. Anyway, so it's going to be July 6th to 11th next year in the summer. Doesn't collide with anything except for summer vacation. So where is it going to be? Longyearbyen, Svalbard. So you see this one, right, with the circle on. That's the Arctic Circle. So if you go down, do you see the Norwegian coast there? So that's where lots of tourists come to Norway in the summer, and they drive north, many of them. And when they get to the Arctic Circle, then they go out and they put on a warm jacket and say, yeah, I'm at the Arctic Circle and so on. And then they go even further, and then they get to the North Cape, and they say, wow, I'm on the northernmost point of mainland Europe. They put on a scarf in addition to the jacket and take a picture, and I think they're so cool. Okay, but actually, so we are halfway between that point and the real North Pole. That's where the conference is going to be. So it's truly Arctic Crypt. It's truly midnight sun, I can assure you. This is a settlement. One thing, we are doing this in cooperation with the CIC, the new journal. So issue 2 is now open for submission. Issue 3 is opening a bit later. There is now a checkbox in there. So if you plan to submit there, you can actually check, yes, I want to be considered for Arctic Crypt as well. So if you check this one and your paper gets accepted or with minor revisions and so on, it's automatically forwarded to the Arctic Crypt program committee. So then, I mean, it's nice with the journal, but you don't get to go anywhere, right? But this time you do actually. So yeah, you can also submit directly to Arctic Crypt, deadline September 13th, notification in late October. So why are we so early with this? It's not until next summer. It's because of this. This is well, it's SAS. There are very limited flights up to Longyearbyen, up to this place, right? So I just plugged in, go on Sunday, July 7th this summer. There are 2 flights from Oslo to this place per day. You also have another airline, Norwegian. They do not fly on Sundays. They only fly on some other days. Only 1 flight per day. So if you don't get on these flights, you're not coming. So that's why we have to have everything ready half a year in advance. And we have a website. We have well, quite a bit of information there. More information is coming. I know program committee is more or less ready. Should be online like next week or a week after that. Yeah, okay. So see you at ArcticCrypt, hopefully.
So we get back at 17:15, so in 8 minutes. We have an 8-minute break. And after the break, we continue again. So in 17:15 and 8 minutes from now.
Yeah, so it's a short break, but please be on time because we have to leave the room at 6 or they will kick us out. So we would like to give an opportunity to everybody to talk before that.
What's about Belgium?
That's loud. Yes. Vamos, yes.
One time, sorry. They asking for me whether there's someone from PII.
How does the thing work?
Wait, I will give you the.
And does the microphone work? And I wonder whether I can use this one this way. It's basically the dinosaur.
Well, now.
We'll do all the questions. By the way, no. Dinosaur. First session. Otherwise, it was going to steal the heads.
Please take wine.
No, I don't know.
Your talk is now, right? Yes. Be careful because the audio system is kind of fragile. Fragile. So don't touch the.
And make a rhythm sound. Are you scared, Marianne?
I'm going to connect the people. But first I have to wait till I'm inflated.
You want me to speak for you?
Yes, let's speak. No, next time.
Was looking for a postal position. Shibam, yes. It's fine. Void.
Amazing.
No, this is was copied by it's a blessing. I'm giving a blessing to the audience.
Okay, welcome everybody to the third session. The dinosaur is back. We will start with Roberto. Maybe just a word to the next speakers. Maybe it's easier if you come this side and you can take the stand and you can see the screen, but it's up to you. If you'd rather be on stage, that also works.
I'm blessed.
So you have the microphone and the clicker thing.
I have the microphone, the mic, in a few minutes. So I'm going to give you an update on the Carmageddon competition. So what is it? It's a competition to break the cipher Karma version 2, which is a redesign of an old fast software encryption, almost test of time cipher Karma version 1 presented in 2017. And we have improved it a bit, allowing longer tricks and better security proofs. And by the way, you will have to attend FSE 2024 to understand what it's about. So if you're not planning to attend FSE 2024, you will not know what Karma V2 is. The only thing you will know, it is in the public domain, like the first version. So in the competition, of course, there are different categories for the prizes, which correspond to the block cipher sizes of 64 and 128 bits. And the S box must be the of that one. So of course, it's a competition, breaking ciphers. So who wins? Well, the one that breaks more rounds wins. And if you're on a tie, then of course it's the time data product that wins. Hello, does the thing work? Okay, other attacks may be considered, but at the sole discretion of the very high profile jury. And we are considering only mathematical classical cryptanalysis. So no physical leakage, no quantum computers, no science fiction. And there are no, I have to repeat this, there are no extra credits if you're from Belgium. So, okay, what is happening here? Hello? Okay. It skipped somehow. So some important dates. Now, sometimes in life shit happens. And as for instance, like my employer decided they don't need such a big security group and a cryptographer, so they're downsizing everybody. And I mean, I've been busy with a few other things, minor things like looking for a job. By the way, if you have something to offer, but ARM has still committed to support the competition financially. So the prizes are still there, unless they've been lying to me. And the deadline has been extended as a result. So you have time until 1 month before AsiaCrypt to send us your breaks of Karma V2. But there are no extra time if you are from Belgium. So please stop asking if you're from Belgium, no extra time. We are going to set up hot CRP instant soon to allow you to, does the thing work? Okay, so this is the really great jury we have. I'm the chair, and we have a guy that is the ARM representative, and we have also 3 great people in addition to me and the other guy. So you will be assured that there will be good scientific level on the jury. Come on, I'm having problems with this thing. So the jackpot, the total for the prizes is 10K USD, which will be shared. So important rule, we pay the first author. So ARM will pay the first author. I will not be longer with ARM at the time. And they must share with other authors. Now, so the first guy gets the money. They will have to share with the other team members. Because I'm still with ARM, so it is our finance is lazy, so they only want to pay once. It is important. Usually professors earn more than their students. So we strongly encourage professors not to be greedy and to share the money only among the students and don't keep anything. So please, professors should not keep their money, especially professors from Belgium. So that's more or less, come on, There are a few technical things, like if you are from a US embargoed country, you cannot apply, sadly. But if you live in a different country, actually, and your bank account is there, you can. Government officials will need authorization from the government, but there are exceptions for students, blah, blah, blah. And of course, the most rude word of the hijackers gathered to the galaxy is there. So have fun. Come on, this does not work. Have fun with the competition. Have fun. And there's money. It's real money.
Next speaker. It's a very hard question.
Yeah. So I want to. Take the microphone. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for here. So I'm gonna present my recent work with some collaborators. Okay, I have no idea how to.
You have to
go
go
next.
closer, maybe.
Yep.
Does it work? Yes. Yes.
Okay, so the my colleagues asked me to give a short talk, introduce about our recent work, and because I have no idea how to make this talk fun, sorry, I'm basically a boring guy, so I really have no idea. So I tried to ask one of Rump Session chairs, but seems so this chair also couldn't give me any good input to me. So, but then I realized that anyway, we are researcher and new research topic is always fun. So probably it is okay. So I hope so. So let's start. So yeah, this is the most hardest part of my talk this time. So let's try to understanding this one. But maybe it's enough to see this formula. So what is this means? So forgeability is equivalent to some distinguishing game. So it is common to idealize the ideal world. And what is this means? It means that if you idealize this ideal world instead of using make function, but if you use a truly random function, then this statistical distance can imply upper bounded by this one, and I mean lower bounded by this one. Anyway, so, but why we do idealize ideal world? This is because there is almost no way to analyze the behavior of hash function in the ideal world, especially if we want to provide a security proof of map or hash functions. So, but this is actually just for convenience, and there is actually no firm reason to do this kind of reduction. So my paper is about this kind of observation, and of course, this over idealization harms security analysis. So the question is, how can we do better? And if you are interested about this kind of mean, then maybe you can ask me or Google my name on ePrint or whatever. Thank you very much.
Go ahead. Be careful with my laptop.
You have to use this.
Okay. This one. These things work. These things work. You had some time to answer? I'm assuming yes. The timer has started, or it has. Okay. Okay, so brace yourselves. I'm going to tell you about some very heretical things in this talk. To brace your hearts and minds for what you're about to witness, I was planning to read you a bit of some of our holy scriptures. Here, in the Holy Land of Leuven, the two great prophets convened maybe about 25 years ago, and together built the prophesied block cipher. That one. And cryptographers throughout the land rejoiced, for its rounds were plentiful. 10 is not so bad. Its S-box is of high degree, in both univariate and multivariate representation. and it feared no adversaries, not even those who can make adaptively chosen ciphertext queries. Unfortunately, not everybody can see the wisdom in these teachings. Heresy is upon us, by which I mean MPC. So what MPC people build these days uses only one round, not many, a multiplicative depth of 1. So it's not just that their algebraic degree is low, it's 2. And then they only allow random queries, because at some point you have to be afraid of your attacker if you could do that, right? For instance, this is what they actually do. So this construction called BIPSW uses a modulus 6 here. Who does that? They talk about predicates when they define their functions, like where P is a suitable predicate. What's a predicate? I know S-boxes. I like to think I know S-boxes fairly well, but predicates, who does that? They publish at Fox. This is symmetric primitive. These are PRFs. They have a key. For every input, they're going to have a specific output, deterministically computed, but they publish them at Fox. And finally, they use comparisons when they define their functions. This GT is testing if this xi is greater than this key thing. No, just no. So we need to have some form of symmetric inquisition, obviously. Symmetric inquisition. And in all seriousness, they're actually genuinely curious about our input on these structures, because they obviously do this for a reason. And so I have put here, this is what you want to take a picture of, the ePrint codes to get to the algorithms I mentioned. And I have to thank Geoffroy Couteau. It's his slides that were on the previous one. And thank you, especially if you try to break these algorithms. Thank you.
I'm playing a role here, right? You want to? I have to, I think. I'll join you.
Okay. So we're going to talk about mistake made by cryptographer. And to introduce this talk, we made a mistake this morning by sending a mail to the wrong Gaëtan. So we are completely in the team.
Okay, so the first mistake is, for some reason, people keep insisting not using LaTeX. They use Microsoft PowerPoint. I don't know what that is. But yeah, when you use LaTeX, stuff like this does not happen. You know, that's the footer of the presentation. So sometimes you should change that. Yep.
So another mistake that cryptographer can make sometimes, it's like buying and wearing a dinosaur costume. Why? Maybe because it's fun, but maybe.
Why? Because it's cheap.
Because it is Dutch. So another mistake that cryptographer can do is like missing the turn, for example. That happens sometimes. So if you recognize somebody, then maybe you recognize the dinosaur.
Yeah. So some stuff that you should not do is beat little children. And if you do, please smile. And please do win, because if you are second in a children's competition, it will be, you know, very red afterwards.
So then we can wonder, like, if a mistake was hiring that person and then like encouraging the student to make a Rump talk session. And I mean, we also make that presentation. So maybe that will be considered as a mistake if he gets fired.
Yes. Yeah. So another mistake is to, you know, no, sorry, this is not a mistake. This is something he did correctly. Sorry. Is have many co-authors, and not only have them, but, you know, have like a codex of co-authors. So you have one co-author per letter of the alphabet. So if your surname starts by the letter O, X, or Z, he's looking for collaborations.
Did you see that you have a comma wrong to the punctuation?
Yeah, but that's on purpose. No, seriously, we made a little fun of him, but he's actually okay. Thank you very much.
So hi, my name is Rachel Mboissier, and I work at the University of Versailles under the supervision of Christina Bourra and Yann Rotella and Henri Gilbert. And this is a joint work with Jules Baudin. Okay, so the outline of my talk is as follows. First, a bit of context, then our motivation, the heuristic, our methodology, and then some experiments. So first, the context. There is a quiz at the FSE 2024 Rump Session. And there was a claim by Leurent and Mennink that there would be as many quiz questions as there are presentations. So then our motivation is that we love quizzes, which motivated us to try to find a way to add an extra question. Our heuristic is that we think if we make an extra presentation, then there will be an extra question. And then our methodology, we use LaTeX Beamer class. And then, yeah, so the experiments are currently ongoing, but we expect some results, okay? We expect that there will be an extra quiz question. And the conclusion is thank you very much for your attention, and feel free to ask any questions.
And let's see if the experiment succeeds. Yes.
Yes. This feels like salami slicing, right?
Can I switch the slide, or is it okay for the question?
You can go, I think.
Okay. So hi, I'm really pleased to be here to present you this new research work. So this is a joint work with Rachel Mboissier, and I'm Jules Baudin. So as you may have heard, a recent very trendy topic of research is how to add questions to a Rump quiz. And actually, this work is not built on nothing. There was some previous work. And according to according to this previous work, there is a quiz at the FSE Rump Session, and the authors were really enthusiastic to answer some quizzes questions. So they managed to find a way to find to have a new quiz question to this quiz. So actually, we thought that these two authors were not very generous, and they didn't find a way to give a lot of information about their work. So we tried to do better. So this is our incredible result. So regarding the first work, they managed to have one more quiz question, and we expect to have a second one. So, okay, so regarding our methodology, we are very serious. So I just explained you the way we did it. We went on the FSE website. We found the upload server. We signed in, but we had to create an account first, so we created an account. So I've filled in some personal information. Then I created a new submission, and I asked for a few minutes of your attention. And so just to conclude, if I can, it was not an easy task, and there is definitely room for improvements. So thank you for your attention.
So let's see if this experiment succeeds. So I want to say those two talks are one of the duplicate submissions that we detected. So we've sent an email to the ISCR boards of ethics, and we'll see if they have an answer.
So just saying those are all 4 cryptographers.
Okay, are you finished with that one? Okay, hey everyone. My name is Katarina. Looks like a very, very boring talk. So basically, I'm the new PhD student of Christian Rechberger. He mentioned me before, like the one with the many, many friends. So if you want to come to my birthday party, feel free. Yeah. So what is the motivation for this talk? So like 10 days ago, approximately, Christian came to my office and he said, yeah, maybe you want to present our new paper at the Rump Session. And I was like, yeah, sure, but what is a Rump Session? So basically what I did afterwards, I did like a 3-hour research on previous Rump Sessions. The conclusion was, yeah, I think I should make it funny. But how to make something like crypto related super funny? So what I did, I asked ChatGPT how to make this crypto thing funny. And this was kind of the result. It suggested me to do some waffle introduction. So some might say algebraic equations are as elegant as fine Belgian waffles. Complex yet satisfying. So I see you're already hit for that. I was not too sure about that joke, so I think I'll continue like with the boring version. Good. So what did we do? There's no big surprise. We did some algebraic attacks, basically a Grosvenor basis attack. What did we use or what did we see? We saw that there's a high impact of the variable ordering on the performance of the attack. There are some nice graphs with periods and the Belgium flag thing. And yeah, what else did we do? Yeah, we used some tighter complexity formulas. We used a multi-homogeneous Biseau bound. And yeah, that's basically it. So what were the results? So we call them the 6 worlds of Grosvenor basis cryptanalysis. Sounds enigmatic. Where you can find the result here. So if you're already hooked, please read the paper. Those are the results. Basically, we just say, yeah, add some more rounds. And yeah, that's nearly it. So how to finish a presentation? Also a very good question. So ChatGPT suggested that I should make another joke on waffles. I wasn't too sure about that because like I have to make a confession, I never tried waffles. And I thought this would be pretty hypocritical if I did that again. So if you have any suggestions for good waffle places, please contact me. Thank you.
So this one is an open question. You have to fill out the name in the form.
A name.
A name, yeah. And maybe you can also do it experimentally, like bias the result by, I don't know, doing something.
Or just mentioning names who you think should have been in jail.
Hi, I am Hanbom Shin from Korea University, South Korea, not North. And I co-work with In-sung Kim and Dong Jae-ri, and my lead professor is Seok Hyung and others in Korea. Maybe they are sleeping now. And my presentation is so boring, so you are also can sleep. 이제 our contribution is to my knowledge, the first key recovery attack on 5-round AES using the multiple weight property. It is not the best attack on 5-round AES, but it has the advantage of being easily applicable to other AES-like ciphers. Understood, I skip the detailed description of AES. Then the multiple weight property for 5-round AES was proposed at Eurocrypt 2017 by these authors. It for the deactive diagonal structure, this implies that the number of inverse diagonal light pairs is always a multiple of 8. However, key recovery attack has not been presented. It was modified for key recovery attack to on 4-round mixture differential cryptanalysis. Now I will explain our attack. Our attack is based on special proposition. If exactly 8 pairs are found in multiple of 8 property, then the difference of that pairs is the same from after first round of bytes to before 4 rounds of bytes. It can be proved easily by yo-yo tricks or equations. Then our attack scenario is first find exactly 8 pairs, then guess whitening key 1 byte and find correct key. To find exactly 8 pairs, we use 1 active diagonal structure and 2 inverse diagonal light pairs. Then the expected value is 2 to -1 pairs. But due to the multiple of 8 property, the probability of finding exactly 8 pairs is about 2 to -4. For 1 active diagonal structure, it is possible for selecting 2 inverse diagonal light pairs 6 times. So we need 3 structures. And for we guess whitening key 1 byte, then 8 light pairs. After 0 round add round key, we check their difference is all the same. But with just 2 pairs, we can recover the key. So we use 2 to 30 elements of the structure. So overall complexity is 2 to 31.6. Now I compare with key recovery attacks using mixture differential cryptanalysis. Grass's attack is make key guess and guess key and then make mixture, and Baonedor's attack is find the mixture then recover key, and our attacks find the mixture or 8 pairs is find or the mixture. So I'm okay because there is no dinosaur. Thank you.
So hi, my name is Vukashin, and yesterday when the chairs announced the existence of this pre-image lottery, I thought, okay, I should try to participate in this. Because we are over time, I'll keep the details short and conclude that I failed. Yeah, since I spent a couple of hours on this, here's an advertisement of my research. So together with my advisor, Jean-Paul de Gabriel, I'm working mostly on these rugged pseudo-random permutations, or RPRP for short. And RPRP is a security notion for variable input length tweakable ciphers. So it is strictly stronger than the PRP notion, that is tweakable PRP notion, and strictly weaker than the tweakable SPRP notion. That is exactly what NIST is aiming for, as we've heard today. So why are RPRPs interesting? Well, we can build them more efficiently than SPRP ciphers. And at the same time, we can do still useful things that SPRP ciphers can do. And that is we can build AAD schemes and secure channels, onion encryption, and maybe something else that we yet do not know of. So if this sounds interesting, and if you've previously heard about RPRPs but never actually looked into it, please look at our 2 papers. And I think now is especially the good time to do it because of the upcoming NIST standardization, since anything that we learn about RPRPs or some specific RPRP ciphers, that can be transferred to a lesson learned for SPRP cipher. Thanks.
Okay. So that was the wrong one. So I just wanted to win a prize. So this is my submission to get that prize. While I'm up here, I just want to point something out. I want to point out the human rights violations going on during the this FSE, especially with the helpers here. We all have to wear this ugly yellow shirts. And see, no free speech here. Yeah, that's about it. I had a small phishing attack problem.
You got 2 minutes extra.
Yeah, I got 2 minutes extra. So a lot happened while I was doing this. The most important thing that happened is that I was a victim of a phishing attack. And I think Tim will talk about this in his next presentation. Thank you.
The question 30 is not a quiz question, but a vote for the best, the funniest Rump Session talk. We cannot promise that we fully take your opinion into account, but please enter it, enter your name and submit it as fast as possible, because we have to do the stats, the statistics very quickly. Yes, you want to submit it? No. Take that mic.
Yeah, there are plenty of mics. Okay, hello. So I also wanted to win a prize. This slide is not the same as the previous one. No, not the previous one. So while Michiel was doing this, everyone kept saying, "Oh, so you did a big brute force, right?" Not looking at anyone in particular, but since FSE 2024 was a bit too easy because that's only 24 bits, I decided to go for TOSC 2024.
28 bits.
Yes, 28 bits, yes. So now it's 32 bits. Okay.
Oh yeah, actually you can stay on stage. So this is...
Yes. Is there anyone who didn't submit it yet? Please do it now.
Yeah, please do it now. We will. So this is the end of.
Because I'm going to download it now in 5 seconds.
Give them 1 minute. So
I'm going to do it in 1 minute.
So this is the end of the contributed talks to FSE. So now we will go to the award ceremony. So the first award was for the F5E 2024 pre-image. So the goal was to submit a PDF file to the Rump session so that both the MD5 and the SHA-1 would end with F5E 2024. And as you can see, Michel succeeded with, can you see my cursor? Yes, amazing. So with this MD5 here, F5E 2024, and the SHA-1 also F5E 2024. So that's 28 bits in each. And he didn't really explain how he did it, but somehow he did it. So you win the award. Which award was it again? It's this one?
Yes, it's this one, yes.
So you win a box of Leurent chocolates. Congratulations. So we had other entries for this award. So Tim also submitted something, but that's not really what we asked for. So we can't really give him an award, but so we have a backup award. So you have a pair of KU11 socks. Thank you. And we actually had a third entry for a pre-image award. Someone computed a full SHA-1 pre-image of this value. So the next award is for the winner of the quiz. Are you ready, or should we just do the best Rump Session talk first?
I do best for Rump Session talk first.
Maybe we should look at the result. What did they vote for?
Wait, this is these are the results, but I didn't sort correctly. Wait, I have sorted correctly. What did you ask?
Oh, here.
Yes,
can you come
data
back?
sort. Okay, yes, there it is. And the winner is, we have a draw. We have a draw, so we have to toss a coin.
So we have two winners for the quiz. I think they cheated. I think they did it together.
This is actually it.
Oh, on the third one. Yeah.
It's a bit, the open question is a bit annoying to grade. Yes.
So, oh, someone wants to send me in jail. Someone wants to send the dinosaur in jail.
No,
who else?
These are the two leading ones. Who thinks they won? You have to toss a coin for the prize.
So that's a three-way tie, right?
No, this is test. That was me. I'm kind of eliminated.
Yeah, but June is also
27.
Did you change the? Did you recompute?
Yes, it automatically recomputes. Yes.
Ah, okay. So it's a tie between Maria and Anne. But I think they did it together, so they get only one prize. No, you didn't, really. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're far away. Okay, but we still have only one prize.
Yes, so it's close. Yes, it was not recomputed. It's just, it makes it a number. It made a number, so this is also 28.
Okay, and also Jules is has the same score. 28 correct answers out of 30.
Also a three-sided coin.
No, actually, we have three gifts. No, we have those three gifts. Oh yeah, that's fine. Please come on stage.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe, yeah. So we will give you the prize and you decide what you do with it. Same as the arm prize, right? You can decide to share with your co-team members.
That's you.
So that's the bag of crap, right?
Yes.
There are three things, so that's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, please come on stage.
But this is for the best paper award, right?
Yes.
But basically, we expected only one winner with three stupid prizes that are related to the quiz.
We have one mannequin piece. We have one mannequin piece, almost real size. No, the real one is really tiny, so it's not far. We have a nice Belgian beer, and we have a collection of moustache.
So for the people wondering, the La Trappe was a Dutch beer, so we wanted to buy a La Trappe, so they didn't have it, so we had to buy some Belgian crap, and that's the Westmalle. The answers, they remain secret.
Yeah, we don't have time for the answers. We have to leave the room in 5 minutes. And so the award for the best Rump Session talk is for Eric Pecke for a noob stake on presenting. And we have a nice prize with even gift wrapping. Congratulations.
Guys, well, I'm still not asleep, so what are we doing here?
We're done, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
We have to leave in 4 minutes, I think, because otherwise they will kick us out, right? Svella, you want to say something? Okay, then we have to run.
Well, thank everybody for submitting funny talks, and thanks for attending this nice Rump session.
They're kind of cheap, right? But I don't think
a lot, yeah.
they have friends, right? It's like